How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Tressa's Collectibles gameplay video. My name is Mike, and joining me today, as always, is Randall.
Yup.
And as you guys see on the screen here, we are going to be playing with 16 standbys today. I'm going to be playing the level 1 Eris and the level 3 Ghislaine standby deck from Mushoku Tensei, and then on Randall's end,
I'm going to be playing the good old 8 standby Data Live.
Yep. And this is a deck list that we featured. This is a deck we featured pretty regularly on the channel, but this is going to be a updated list based off of the new data bullet set, as well as some kind of just meta tech cards, like the 1-0 Yoshino counter, also putting in, what was it?
Putting in the 3-2 Kurumi level 3.
The 3-2 memory
one.
kicker, yeah, which can prove to be very useful if you, for example, standby it out at level 2, and then you can start memory shooting sticky things. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. You guys will definitely expect to see a lot of 8 standby Data Live if you guys are playing in Springfest, so we can, hopefully this video will help you kind of get an idea of how the new Data Live with the extra Kurumi Wiki can stack up against the rest of the competition. Mm-hmm. And 8 standby is an extremely nuanced matchup, and I think if you are planning on playing 8 standby, you have to understand how 8 standby versus 8 standby works.
Yeah, it's a very abnormal dynamic. Mm-hmm. You have to think about and prioritize different things from playing against like just a 1k1 deck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to profess, neither me nor Randall are, I would say, experts in the 8 standby archetype. Obviously, we understand how it works, but we don't necessarily play 8 standby a whole ton compared to 1k1 decks. So hopefully, our learning experience will also help you out as well.
Yeah. That being said, I have been playing a ton of Data Live for some of the content on the channel. So
it's good for both of us, as well as you guys, for us to practice it.
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper. Rock, paper. Okay. And if you guys have seen some of our off-game kind of just casual sessions, we've gone tied like maybe like 7 to 8 times before.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Okay. Wait, who won again?
Me.
Okay.
I'm gonna be discarding 2.
Okay, this is interesting. How are we supposed to approach this hand, this mulligan? I think I value this card pretty highly. And I also value this card pretty highly. And this card gets me other cards. So I guess we discard these. Because we're not really looking to play these yet. Yeah, discard 2.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that is a good card to draw. Let's go. Alright. So I'm going to clock this Toka, because she's red.
Does that mean you're playing a standby at turn 1?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a good card to draw.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to play the Toka, so she has her... Play that in the middle. So she has 2 abilities on play that I can activate in any order. So we're going to first activate the top check, and if it's a character, I add it to hand and discard a card. So we add the 1-1 Yoshino bomb, and
discard a 1-1 Kurumi.
Discard 1-1 Kurumi. This was the card that I drew.
Oh, okay.
And then off the second half of her abilities, I'm going to then discard a date character. We're going to discard our 2-2 Kurumi to draw 1 card.
Yeah, look at this Toka go. Just go ahead and discard 2 standby targets in one go. Oh boy.
I definitely drew it off.
Oh my god!
So we're going to play double brainstorm, and then we're going to, when we play the standby, we're going to bounce both of these to just give 1k piece to the...
Gosh, that is so rude.
And then we're going to play Kurumi to the front row. The reason we want to play this to the... So first of all, the reason we play this to the center slot in the first place is because of Mushoku's level 0 Rudy center runner. Because it's a center runner, you want to play your character in the middle so that if they want to try to address your board, they have to play something there. So that will mean like probably they either have to like tie this, or if they leave a character here, either that character is the runner or it's something that like impedes the runner. Mm-hmm. And then also the reason that I'm playing this in the front row is because he has another card in the level 0 line that if I only have one character in my front row, he can just
Yeah, the
So
Rudius
zap it.
PR.
Yeah, you can just zap it. So by having 2 in the front row, it turns that off as well.
Okay.
So this is going to be somewhat of a predicament for him to navigate through, I suppose. Okay, I guess we're playing a counter.
Hey, that counter is coming out. That also means that this is a 7-5 hand right now.
True. Alright, for 3.
I cancel. Okay. Draw for turn. Uh-huh. Well. This is not what I expected your turn 1 board to look like.
This is not what I expected my turn 1 board to look like considering my starting hand, but here we are.
Alright, I think... Oh boy. I think we clock the Roxy. And draw 2. Okay. There are quite a number of different things I can do this turn. I think I shouldn't value the immediate impact of what I do this turn and value more my following turn, so I think I should focus on trying to set up more. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Well, let's see. Okay. I'm going to play Ruger. And then I'm going to clock the Roxy counter, and then I'm going to search. And right now I am thinking about grabbing the Rudy PR.
For the recovery?
To attack twice and then being able to salvage again next turn. But I'm also thinking that I'm okay with leaving him at level 0 more. So I could alternatively...
Well, what if you do play both and then you front 1, side 1 into the 1-1?
Yeah, that's also an option.
Because in this matchup, whoever hits level 1 gets the initiative on setting up a potentially really strong board by standbying out 2/2s. So definitely you do want to be very careful about how much damage you're dealing to your opponent.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. Yeah, I'm going to grab the Rudius. He doesn't unfortunately have his first effect active because Randall did standby out in the front row. But what I'm going to use for this is just to attack, just draining some stock. My level 1 combo, it is a 1/1, so if I get hit to level 1, I can potentially play some Eris. But on the same line, if I don't, I do have the option of paying 2 to maybe grab another Ruger back to force myself to level 1. So it keeps my options open. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Rudius. And then I'm also going to play this Rudius and give 1,000 to the Ruger. So it allows me to tie with the Toka here. So I'm going to go ahead in front. That's for 2.
I'll be honest, I forgot this was 3/5. Alright, for 2, cancel on 2.
Okay.
Okay, so we're both
If that's the case, I'm just going to crash.
Sure.
And that's... That's for 2.
Take the 2.
Okay. I'm going to pay 2. And then I'm going to salvage Ruger.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Stand and draw. I'm going to... I'm going to clock a 1/1 bomb. And then draw 2. Alright, what are we looking at here? So I need to consider how much damage I want to do now on my upcoming turn. And I think maybe honestly the plan here is just to attack once, see if I can deal only 2 damage. That being said, I need to pay that out. So we're gonna pay 1 and clock ourselves, and then search for a level 1 or lower. And
isn't this
oh wait, no, it is. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, it is from waiting room. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and clock. We'll just go ahead and clock Toka.
That's it.
And then I'll grab the 1/0 Toka.
Yeah, prepping up for the level 1 board. Alright, yeah. So is Randall going to keep both of those in the back row? Maybe.
Alright. And I'm going to chill on that.
Cool.
So this is going to be a direct, no trigger, no trigger, no trigger, no trigger. Oh no.
Trigger! And it's a standby. Huh.
I mean, like, we bring out the body, I guess.
Okay.
For 3.
Alright, if I cancel here, I'm going to be very upset.
I'll be surprised if you cancel here.
Alright. Draw for turn. And then the good thing is we also did get red, which is very important. Okay. The thing is, though, I need these cards. I need these cards, right? And ideally, I also want to play this card. So this is really the only valid clock target I have, which is unfortunate, but I think it has to be done. So I'm going to clock the event. Draw 2. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play Ruijerd, and I'm going to clock my level 3 Ghislaine, and I'm going to level the... Yeah, I'm going to level the 2/2, because I do have another target here. And I'm going to search.
Waiting room. Okay. Alright.
So I have to think about what I'm getting here pretty carefully. How do I deal with his board the following turn? I have 3 brainstormers left in here still, so chances are I can probably get one. But I do think brainstorming will probably be a priority later. Anyway, so I should probably be safe and just grab the brainstorm now. There's nothing else that I tremendously want at the current moment. Yeah, I'll grab Roxy.
How many cards in hand?
I have, this will be my 6.
Okay. So, from my end, I'm guessing that because he got Roxy, he has 1/0 Ghislaine, which will allow him to get some cards on this upcoming attack turn. Otherwise, I'm not sure how he's generating too much cards back. Okay.
So I have 2 Ghislaines, actually. And then I'm also going to have a Lilia to answer the 1/1 Kurumi.
Yikes.
Yeah, so these were the cards that I held on to that I kind of was like, I can't clock these, I gotta clock something else. So I think this will put me on a pretty good spot because I'll get to not only accelerate twice to grab 2 cards. I'm also out quite a bit of climaxes, so this will also help me go through my deck. Since my opponent is playing standby, I don't expect to take damage the following turn. And then the Lilia, holding on to the Lilia means I get to permanently remove the Kurumi because her effect, I can rest one of my rest herself, give one of my characters on reverse stop bomb. The Ghislaine gets 500 per every one of my other 6 face world characters, and then when I accelerate, she also gets another 1000 on top of the on reverse top check 4 effect. So this will put her at a nice 8000 power, and then I'm also going to play Climax now.
Well, this makes her 8k.
So 6k. Oh yeah, this becomes 8k. Yeah,
Yeah.
I skipped a step.
Yeah.
So this is 6k by itself, 7k with accelerate, 8k with the Rudius.
Yeah, Lily doesn't give any power.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and accelerate. Accelerate, can't forget to accelerate. So this one accelerates, and this one accelerates. And then I'm going to...
Rest, do that first.
Rest, accelerate. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Rest, gift, effect here. Accelerate, accelerate. play a standby. I'm going to mill with the Gleam. Oh wait,
no,
that's not okay. Bounce, bounce.
Yep.
Give 1,000. Standby.
Top check to rearrange. Top check to rearrange.
Top check to rearrange. Oh my god, there's too many things going on. Okay, this is fine. Is this fine? This is fine. No, that's not fine, actually. Do that.
Okay, so now the middle Glane is at 9k.
Yes. Okay, and we definitely want to attack here first, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that's not forgetting anything else, am I? Standby, bounce, effect. Okay, yeah, front for 2.
1. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2.
I'm going to level. I'll level a Toka here.
Okay, and then on reverse, top check up to 4 and add 1. 6-face world character. I'll go ahead and I'll grab an Eris. And then activate the lead effect, sending the crewmate to stock. Okay, I'll follow that up with another front here. That's for 2.
1, 2, take 2.
Okay, effect. Fortunately, can't grab the event, but that's quite alright. In this situation, we can go ahead and grab another Roxy.
Okay.
It can also always just serve as a blue fix. And then attack the Ruger. Standby.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-2, which is not great, but we still have a 1-1. It's not bad.
Bringing out Eris is good. It's for 3.
That's for 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
You're good.
Alright, draw for turn. Alright, let's think about what we're clocking here. I think I'm clocking the yellow Kurumi level 3. It's not a card I really need right now. Alright. So we don't have standby in hand, so we need to consider how we can deal with what's going on right here without playing a standby.
Yeah, so the Eris gets 2,000 power if my board is all 6-face world. And then the Gillian back row gives global 1,000 to all my other characters, so 8-5, 7k, 3-5.
I think, let's see. I think I'm going to start with Toka.
Okay.
And we're going to top check. I'm going to add it and ditch it. And then for the second half, I'm going to ditch this 1-1 to draw a card. Alright. I'm going to hard play this 1-1 to contest our Ghislaine in the middle.
Okay.
And then, believe it or not, you get to keep Ruger.
I believe it.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and move this up. Play Toka. Try as I may, I did not get a standby. Maybe we'll trigger one though. We'll see.
So in this case, you definitely want to keep in consideration the attack order, right?
Yeah, so if anything, this is going to be the last attack because this is the one that just wins the lane anyway. And then the ones on the sides are the ones that potentially get standbyed over. So those are going to be the later attacks, or the first attacks, sorry. Yeah, alright, let's just get right into it. So, yeah, I want to attack with this over this because
you want that in
this
the way
going,
room.
this going back allows me to potentially use it later, whereas this is a dead card. It doesn't do anything. Alright, so we'll front here first. This is going to be for 2.
Okay, 1, 2, 2 is good.
Alright. And then I'm going to side attack here for 2.
Oh man, those triggers coming in. Okay.
Yeah. Gotta get the damage. Alright, and then we front here. So you are currently 7k, I'm 7.5. For 1. Where's my standby?
1 is good, and I do level. In this case, I'll go ahead and level green, so I have access to my stock swap. Get that color out of the way. I am reversed. Okay.
Over to you.
Toka effect.
I will give the power to the middle.
Okay, draw for turn. And so unfortunately we did get hit to level 2, which is not ideal, but it could be a lot worse. I do still have 2 of my 3 characters from the front row still alive. Out of 5, there's 1 more there. So we have to consider what we want to do this turn. Definitely want to remove the Kurumi again. Just take advantage of the fact that Lilia basically is a free permanent removal every turn. We can also Eris combo now. If we mill 2 and then trigger 3 times and then...
We have double Eris, right?
Yeah. So mill 2, trigger 3. I have 3 cards left. If I play Roxy, I get to Twin Drive once, so that goes to 2.
Have you clocked this turn?
I have not clocked this turn. I don't think I want to clock this turn. If I clock, that's draw 2. Eris, attack 3 times, which would put me at 1 card left. So that's not a bad proposition at all. What is left in my deck that I want to draw? There's Galen level 3. There's the second pendant. No, the second pendant's here already, as well as the Roxy's here. So I guess clocking here would basically just be an act of milling 2 cards and getting 2 cards, because my hand is fine now that I want to turn a board. So I either don't clock or I clock. How do I get through the rest of my deck without clocking? So it's 5, 6, 7.
It would probably have to be Roxy Brainstorm and then only 1 combo.
Yeah. Which is honestly fine, because like I'm okay with pushing the Galen up front row anyways. I have to consider my board here though. If I put the Galen front, tap Lilia, Brainstorm, mill 2, 3. I would have to stand by over one of my back row, either the Lilia or the Roxy, which is, I mean, it's fine. I think I want to keep the Lilia around 1 more turn. Okay, let's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go with this then. Yeah.
Okay, so no clock.
No clock. So we're gonna Brainstorm. Pay out that climax. Whiff. That's fine.
And then this goes for a single combo turn. Cards in?
5.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna standby out the level 3 Roxy here, putting that at 11k, so that's going to be out of counter range because he's at level 1, and I know both of his counters are out. I'm going to go ahead and activate Lilia here, putting the effect on Galen.
So this means
I might as well play over this now, or this.
Whichever one you're gonna play over, you might as well play over with the.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, at this point, I don't think this is too important anymore. And I can save my second Roxy in my hand to clock for blue. Okay, yeah, I'm going to play over this then. I think this has done quite a good job, but it's time to go. So I'm going to give 1,000 here.
Okay.
Position it like that, and I'll stand by here. Okay. So I'm going to play standby. I'm going to activate Eris.
You should definitely activate Eris before you bounce the Rudy, because the Rudy has the top check to rearrange.
Exactly.
So you don't want to just like rearrange the top 2 and then immediately mill them. That's like
look at it and it's gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just gonna preemptively, since I mill level 2, and the only cards I really want right now are like the level 3 or counters. I'll just go ahead and grab the Rudius.
Okay.
I could also consider grabbing the Roxy level 0 just so I can grab Pendant, but since I'm going to be refreshing, that doesn't seem as nice. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and activate Rudius, bounce back to my hand when I play a Climax. I'll give 1,000 extra here, and then
Roxy.
Oh yeah, top check too.
Yeah. Wait, what?
That's fine. Yeah, put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like swapped and then I immediately realized that it was better the other way around. And so I just put it back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to...
I mean, this setup probably doesn't twin drive.
I'll just give the effect here.
Okay.
Yeah, just give it somewhere. But since I know what these two are, the only unknown is what the third card is. And based on what I checked, we're not going to be twin driving this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and add front. And that's for 2.
1, cancel. Hey, look, a standby.
Okay, I'm going to activate effect, sending the Kurumi to stock again.
And she's gone.
Okay, next I'm going to front here for 2.
Take 2. Level up. At this point, I want to level my blue.
Okay, last but not least, we'll see if we can hit a standby. Standby over this. Nope. So that's 4,
1,
3.
2. Hello?
Oh man.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh yikes. Alright, here we go.
Draw? I wonder what I drew. I'm not even sure I want to like brainstorm out of this because like there's standbys that can allow me to build a board here.
How many are you out?
Out 5.
You're out 5, okay. So potentially we're looking at 3 first standby targets this turn.
Now the last question is, do I clock? I think I do clock. Clock. Not too many, please. Okay. Alright. What are we looking at here? This is 1. Do I just... Yeah, I think we just do this, and then... I think I maybe even potentially side a lane. Side the 1/1 Eris. Like, because I know there's triggers here. Like, that's just a fact.
If you attack 3 times, there's going to be a trigger.
Yeah. I think if we do it this way, though, it's better. So I'm going to play the 1/1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play Double Brainstorm.
Yeah, just free power when you play standby.
Yeah. Alright, let's play the standby. I'm going to bounce both of these, giving all the power to... Actually, hold on.
Maybe that depends on what you're standbying out.
I'm considering doing bounce give power and then standby here and then bounce give power to that in case I feel like swapping.
Oh, that's definitely a line.
Because I don't think I need, like, I just need enough power to get over this, right? So, I'm gonna check waiting room real quick.
Yep.
Huh. I don't know how valuable it is for you to use a counter on this.
Yeah, because Randall does know that I searched out the pants counter.
Yeah, and you
The other counter.
The other counter is not even there, so I don't know where that is either. I think just in the interest of ensuring that the play even goes off, if I want the option to, I'm going to double buff here.
Okay, so that does put Yoshino out of counter range.
Yeah, and then we're gonna... Yikes, alright. Yeah, we're gonna stand by Kurumi.
Okay. Well, we'll see where this board leads us after you finish attacking, right?
Yeah. If anything, I want to front here first, though. Because if I trigger double standby, I want one here, one here. So we'll go front here for 1, 2.
Okay. We'll stand by. Cards in hand?
6 hand.
6 hands. Good number of hand. Let's see where his Kurumis are. So there's one that he played there.
So So one I just triggered.
There's the one you triggered, and there's one here. So you have one left, probably. So I don't think I'm going to do it, but I guess I want to just run over my thought process on whether or not I need to counter at all. I'm like 99% sure I shouldn't, but is there any merit in doing so?
Wait, is this consideration to rest counter?
Yeah. I just want to entertain the thought, right? I want to because I don't want to brush it off and just immediately think it's not good. I want to double check my thought process. So like if I rest counter, I would rest counter the Yoshino, and then you get one more attack, go up to 4 stock, and then I lose almost 5 to lose a hand. I go up, down to 4 hand, and then most likely I end turn with like at 2-4. It's not worth it, right? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so for 2.
So that's 4. Okay, so
Okay.
7 back. Yeah, since I am winning board already, I could probably just save the rest counter for maybe something more threatening, like if he wants to play Kurumi combo, he plays multiple Kurumis, I can rest one of the Kurumis, make him maybe consider siding and stuff. So, but just wanted to double check, make sure I wasn't crazy. Here you go. Refresh point.
Nice. Alright, so I'm going to side attack here for 0, for 1. Now, the question I need to ask myself here is, where do I want to prioritize the standby? Do I want to standby to the front first? Do I want to standby to the back? I'm not even guaranteed a second standby. Do I just want a second Kurumi? Yeah, I think I want a second Kurumi.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is your way to victory this game.
Yeah. Oh,
just playing combo, right?
Yeah, and then that's going to be for 1.
Yep.
And then finally we have the front attack here, which is for 1, 2. And then with this, what are we standbying with this? I honestly think a pretty good candidate for this last standby is bringing out the 2/2 Kurumi, because he did not, he doesn't have the Lilia anymore, so he can't get rid of. Yeah, he can't get rid of sticky characters anymore, and this can chill on my board as a 2-soul attacker.
Yeah. One of the newest additions to this deck has been a very popular addition lately. Is the 2/2 Kurumi hand encore over copies of the 2/2 Toka, just to be less polarizing against matchups where you can lose your board.
So this is for 2.
2's good. Creature is reversed.
Right.
Okay. Power where?
I'm gonna give power to. I'm gonna have power to this Kurumi.
Okay. 6 out, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Cool. Last 2 there. Draw for turn. Okay. So his board right now is
5, 5.
5, 5, 10, 1, 5. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, all things considered, I think that last turn went really well.
Yeah, you just materialized the board out of nowhere. That it's actually pretty threatening.
Yeah.
Number of 3/2 Kotori in winner.
1. That's it.
Okay. The only thing that can get him more copies of the Kurumi Climax outside of him drawing into it, will be the Kotori, which lets you dig for more cards. He has 1. We run 2 in that list, so chances are he has 1 in hand. Unfortunately, I don't remember what his first trigger was. I know it was No, it was a Kurumi, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Kurumi standby.
For sure, it was Kurumi level.
Yeah, it was a Kurumi standby. So I'm just gonna put him on having it.
It's just right here.
I think just first and foremost we need to consider killing his board, contesting his board, and also just trying to prep up for Galanes. There's one Galane there. We do not have access to the event, and I certainly don't want to clock for it. So we're always going to be considering a no clock place, in which case I think I want to just brainstorm. Yeah, let's brainstorm and go from there, I think. Unless I want to keep the stock. I have 5 stock right now, I can generate up to 8 stock. 10, 9, 11. How many refresh counters?
There is 1. That's it. And then these counters are here.
Okay. Alright, so I have to consider that he will most likely want to play the refresh counter if opportunity arises.
This is just the 3-2 and the refresh counter.
Am I okay with spending 1 stock to be overboard and everywhere? So this is 7, 5, 9, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 9? That would not work. Because he can just swap the Kurumi front. I could have, so I potentially have to beat 11, 5 there.
12. 12 you mean.
12?
This is 12.
Oh, 15. Yeah, 15. Okay, yeah, sorry. So 12k here if I want to beat his Kurumi. Not easy. Not easy. Not with my current waiting room and hand.
Standby plus field swap be gnarly like that.
I think for the just also in the interest of just having more waiting room, so if I potentially trigger standby, I have more value. I'm going to brainstorm.
Okay.
Brainstorm.
And this is so it's no clock.
No clock. Brainstorm. Ugh. Salvage 1. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is potentially anything else in my deck.
He could just be a Galane, and then the clock yourself can be mitigated by Galane's heal if you're at a low enough damage in level 3.
So I think Randall would be more inclined to refresh counter if his climaxes were in the first 2 attacks instead of the second and third attack. I think he would be satisfied with just refreshing with 7, just paying out the 1 stock with the Yoshino.
I think it would depend on how you attack as well, though.
Yeah. And that's really the complicated part. When this card is in the equation, everything goes wrong.
Card's so good.
9, 11. Alright, so I'm definitely putting it because this is 10k, so this just naturally contests this. This contests this. Alright, I'm going to commit to a play. Not sure if it's right, but we're going to go with it.
Okay.
We're going to go like this. So currently, it does contest everywhere. If I put it like this, he would... It doesn't really matter.
What does matter is what body you get to keep.
Yeah. Alright, hear me out. What if I just play over the Eris?
How badly do you want the standby, potential standby quality, especially when you're already out 3 standby? And your hand size is 4?
6.
6? Okay. Yeah, it's really just about how bad you want standby targets.
Because right now standby is pretty useless, right?
Yeah.
But does that even matter? I don't necessarily think it does.
It only matters if you hit a standby, right?
Yeah.
And is that one's Eris standby?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I think this board is going to look something like... If I want to contest all the lanes immediately, it would be like this, and then force him to pay 1 Yoshino swap to the Kurumi, and then he loses 2 lanes. Alternatively, something like this. Does that really make sense? The 1/1 doesn't really do anything. Alright, let's go like this.
How do you want the back row?
Back row should be wherever the 1/1 is, just because I have a counter, so it can go to counter range.
Mm-hmm.
So do I want to this one or that? 9, 5, 10, 7, 5, 9, 5, 10. Yeah, let's go with this attack phase.
Okay, I will pay 1 and I will swap.
Yep.
So I'm big.
Okay, going to proceed into battle. I'm going to go ahead and attack you first because this is always dying front for 2.
Okay. So 7 going back. And specifically, it is 4 of the Toka Climax.
Okay.
And 3 Kurumi. The only thing that could have possibly gone better that last turn was swap the order of those climaxes. And it's like, oh, I get to refresh 4 Kurumi? Sick, but we'll take this. This is
yeah, all things considered, this is a very good recovery here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our actual hand quality is not equipped to deal with the Kurumi unless we also want to just kind of overextend a bit. So he does get to have the Kurumi saved up. So that's for 2.
Take level yellow. Refresh point. Take.
Okay, and then I'm going to attack with the Eris.
Oh, sorry. When this gets when this reverses, I get to scry.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and put that on the bottom.
Okay. Go in the front here. That's for 1.
Take the 1.
Okay. And then front here. And that's for 2.
So you're 11.
Yep.
All right. In the interest of opening the lanes and also playing around the rest counter, I'm going to play my counter.
Okay.
This is for 2.
Yeah.
1, 2. Pain.
Okay. Here we go.
Right. So this is. Oh, I will also scry here.
Yep.
I'll leave it on top. Stand draw. Alright, here comes the hard part. How do we go from here? So no clock. I'm going to play the Kurumi that I had in hand.
Very, very scary how all of a sudden he went from having his board basically gone and then now he has 3 Kurumis ready to go. Woo!
Yeah, here we are. Okay. Trying to think if there's any optimization here. At this point, I don't think hand is.
Just gotta survive, right?
Yeah. This is like just not dying is more important.
Yeah. You know, one of the good things about Kurumi is she has 3 different climax combos you can use, and only one of them requires the actual discarding of the hand.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't think playing a brainstorm here is also super necessary because I feel like your power lines are either going to be Galanes, which like swing like way over Kurumi,
or just under,
or they're just under. Yeah. So I had a consideration to like play brainstorm here, bounce it back, but I don't think that does anything.
But if you're playing a standby anyways, wouldn't you just standby over that slot anyways?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's the same logic.
It's the same with the earlier. So, I mean, like, yeah, I guess there's no point in not doing it.
Yeah.
And then, Kurumi says hi.
Oh no.
So I'll bounce this. We'll give it to this one.
Sure.
Kirby says hi.
Oh my goodness.
The gang's all here.
This is very flavorful to the lore, you know, of her just multiplying.
Yep. One Toka, all these Kirby's. How many Kirby clones? Yes.
Truly a terrible spirit, if you will.
Yeah. Alright, so you're... How many cards in waiting room right now that aren't climaxes? Because I think I'm gonna
6.
be going for some shuffle backs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 6 in waiting room, and then you get 3 visible climaxes out.
I'm thinking maybe like 1 stock swap and then 2 shuffle backs is what I'm thinking. Or maybe like
you
stock
can
swap. I always think I'm gonna lead with a stock swap just because I think it just puts you in a worse position if the game goes to my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I want to play with the expectation that I will have another turn.
Mm-hmm.
If I just happen to stick like 5 million damage, I'll just probably go for a burn 3 on the last one. Mm-hmm. But I think at least for the first one, I think stock swap.
Do you have enough hand to double burn?
No.
Okay.
So I can only get at most 1 burn.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm thinking stock swap first. So I'm going to stock swap on the first one.
So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stock. Kumi's Climax Combo allows her to choose one of 3 effects. The first one is stock swap, the second one is shuffle 3 back, and then the third one is discard 2, burn 3.
Yeah. So another reason that I want to try to go for the stock swap is that if you don't already, is that one too many? 1, 2, 3,
8,
4,
right?
5, 6, 7. Wasn't it 7?
What is 7? So there were 6 cards here. Alright, oh, it was 7, yeah, I'm right. Okay, sorry.
Okay, 7. Yeah, so another thing is that this allows me to go through a lot more potential cards to maybe make sure you don't have delaying climaxes anymore, if you don't already have it. I don't know if you have it. I'm pretty sure you don't, though. Refresh. How many did you refresh?
I refreshed with 7, because the last card was the climax.
Last card was climax.
And I refreshed with climax.
Yeah. So this just tries to eliminate more through a combination of the stock swap and then maybe like punch them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with this play.
Alright, so we're gonna go in for the direct for 4.
Okay. 1, 2, cancel.
That's the wrong climax.
They're all here.
Alright, I'm gonna do a...
We're doing another stock swap? Shuffle back?
I think a shuffle back is in order.
Okay.
So let's take a look. What don't I want you to have? You can have that. You can have that. You can have that. Oh wait, this is... Which is worse?
The 1-1. That costs a stock.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, there you go.
So, we're gonna see the second effect of Kurumi, where she gets to shuffle 3 cards back from my widow, back into my deck. Making my deck more uncompressible, damage is more likely to go through.
I'll tap. So this is for 3.
Cancel.
Well, that's a Ghislaine climax.
So at this point, do you even want to burn?
No, I 100% don't burn. But...
Because the first 2 didn't stick, so are you going to stock swap or shuffle back?
I actually have consideration to stock swap here, seeing that there's 3 Ghislaine climaxes out, and maybe I can just get rid of the third one altogether.
You mean 2 out, get rid of the 4th? Wait, are there 3 out?
There's 3 out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then maybe I could get rid of the 4th one altogether.
Yeah. My deck is going places.
Your deck's going on an adventure. Alright, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is the front attack.
Yeah. So there was 1 here.
Oh, okay.
So 7 total.
So
put in another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that means he's 6 out. I wonder where the last 2 are. I
6
wonder
cards in
where
there.
they are. Alright, so this is going to be 4-3 and another standby. Is there even anything... There's not even anything worth bringing out.
Nothing that board is perfect, unless you want to bring out Feature Kotori if you have that in the waiting room.
I don't.
Okay.
The only other consideration is this, but I don't know if...
Maybe it is. Maybe.
The thing is that it totally changes depending on whether or not you hit level 3 off this attack.
Well, because you also know that, like, I most likely don't have Ghislaine combo, right?
Well, how many Ghislaines are out? How many Ghislaines
Oh,
are
I'm
out?
out 2 Ghislaines here.
2 here?
Yeah.
And there's 1 there?
And there's 1 here. So if you double Toka, then you have a very high chance of living, right? Hard to say.
Yeah.
Maybe you bring out one in the front row, guarantees that you still have the Kurumi in the back row. I don't know.
I'm gonna check the overall threes out. Just all of them. So let's see. So there's Paul, Ghislaine, Paul. All that's left is like one Ghislaine, like exactly one Ghislaine.
Yeah, because the actual attackers is just Ghislaine and Paul at level 3.
Yeah, and all the 2/2s are out as well. I don't think you can contest the board even if you hit 3. So
yeah, I like this play.
So this is for 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, cancel. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no idea where my cards are. Do I activate the on death effect? Right now, I know I don't have Ghislaine climaxes left to draw because they're all gone. So it might be in my best interest to mill through the rest and then just draw for turn, right, on the fresh deck.
Yeah. In retrospect, maybe I should have sided so that
I don't get the option.
You have to draw clock from here.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to activate effect. I'm going to discard Eris. Ghislaine, Rudy, Rudyard. Okay. Alright, so I'm going back with 6 then.
4 Ghislaine, 2 Eris.
Yep.
How many cards in hand?
6.
Okay. And then at the start of your turn, we'll do each of these one buff. So this is buffed by the brainstorm. These are each buffed by Tolka.
Okay.
All right, I need to not die.
I need to grab some Ghislaines.
I need to not die.
Refresh point. Draw for a turn. Clock. Am I ever playing yellow? It's possible. Am I ever playing green? Never. So I can, no, I can always clock yellow later. Yeah, clock, draw 2. Rudyard. Let's go ahead and clock Rudy level. Search. There's no pedant here, right?
Yeah. Even if there was, you couldn't play it.
Alright, no blue.
Okay, Ghislaine. So
Oh, right, I don't have blue. Oh my god, I keep forgetting this is a quad color deck. I definitely should have considered.
Yeah, that's why I think blue at level 2 is better, and then green or yellow depending on like.
Yeah.
But usually I think green, just because Paul usually just comes out by standby.
Okay, so here we have 7 stock to work with. If I want to double Ghislaine, I need to start attacking with 2 stock.
Oh my god, he drew it.
So I have room to brainstorm.
I should have sided.
So I mean I have a Ghislaine here, so I can just go ahead and brainstorm now. Right? Yeah, brainstorm. Okay, that's hit 1, so we'll go ahead and grab the lane.
I'm so dead.
Maybe. So they have on-play heal, but obviously since I'm at 3-0, they don't do anything. And then we'll go ahead and place that. Ghislaine gets 5,000 during my turn if I have 4 more other 6-face world characters, and also during this card's battle, my opponent cannot use any events nor backups. So basically the guaranteed kill there. What am I standbying out? I guess I should have considered clocking this instead. That was probably a mistake. The Rudyard is fine as is, right? No, I guess we can just stand by out the 2-2.
That is a global.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to play 1K1. I'm going to
1K1.
Oh, stand by. I'm going to go ahead and give Twin Drive here, I guess, and then I'll stand right out. Over here. Okay. Front, Climax combo, pay 2, burn 2.
1, 2, take.
Trigger for 3.
1, cancel.
Okay. Next, I have to front here because I need to generate the stock. And that's definitely where the token comes in handy, right? So I'll front. Do I want a Twin Drive? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think I'm chilling. Stand by.
I was gonna say yes because you want the trigger, but I mean, like, just hit.
Oh, true. True.
Just hit.
I should have Twin Drived in retrospect. No, I would have just overswung. It's fine. There's nothing here I want. I don't believe. 2.
Cancel. Oh, did you want it? Okay, well, I mean, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, here. And then your
right.
face.
Scry. Again. Okay.
Alright, so I need you to cancel one more time after that.
And then, now this is going to overswing, right? Because you didn't Twin Drive, so...
I'm going to go ahead and front, pay 2, burn 2, and then trigger for... Oh, this was perfect.
Bro!
Why would I Twin Drive?
Bro!
It was the next card! Oh, it wasn't.
I should have sided. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Definitely should have sided. Oops.
It is... Okay, I think...
Wait, so you didn't have that. You drew that, right?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drew it.
Okay, yeah, I should have sided.
Yeah, Okay, first and foremost, I think it's extremely difficult to play perfectly. Or, yeah, it's really hard to make decisions, I guess, is what I want to say, especially in these kind of matchups. Or maybe that's just me not being as familiar with it. I'm sure that a lot of people that are very practiced with 8 standby decks, or like this kind of matchup, are a lot more proficient than I am. But you guys clearly saw that I definitely made my share of mistakes, and then Randall also had some kind of like after the fact errors that he wished he kind of like did differently. For example, the one big one here being the front, allowing me to mill the rest of my deck with the errors, allowing me to draw into the Galen Climax. But overall, that game, I think that game really showcased, the power of getting to level 1 first. I think is a big one. When you triggered the standby on your attack on turn 2, which put me at 0-5, allowing me to clock to 0-6 and then clock to 1-0. That really was kind of like the domino effect, and allowing me to set up my board and also getting rid of your 1-1 Kurumi.
That being said, I don't think that necessarily... like, sometimes it can be like a massive game decider. Like, we had like an off-camera game where like I hit 1 first and it just kind of like spiraled like way out of control. But in this case, like... It's pretty crazy what just like a few standbys can do for you.
Right. I think it's crazy that like, yeah, it sucks that on the turn previous to your triple standby turn, you went to 2-4, right? Something like that. But that also, as a result, those standbys have to be somewhere. Yeah. So triggering a bunch, standbying out the Kurumis, and then playing to your out, I think was
it ended up being like a blessing in disguise.
And yeah, you didn't even refresh that poorly too. Refresh 7, which is really nice.
I think if anything, that also just showcases the power of the 1/1. Like this card's just
that card's nuts. That card's crazy. Let's see what else. On my end, I do like how I played the early game in terms of like my mulligans. Because I think my opening mulligan was something like 2 Galen Climaxes. This. Well, I guess we'll know once we check the VOD and you guys can see. But I think it was something along the lines of 1-0 counter, Rudyard, Lilia, and 2 Climaxes. And then I disrupt the Climaxes. With the idea that like if I hit level 1 first and I can set up, the Roxy counter can help me start winning board and kind of snowballing from there. The Rudyard is whatever else I want it to be, and then the Lilia is like one of the most important cards in this matchup to get rid of his 1/1s and 2/2s. So I think even understanding how to play the matchup, what cards to prioritize, and mulliganing properly also goes a long way. Like Randall mentioned in one of our test games or practice games, I basically lost on turn 1. Like, I made one misplay at turn 1.
Well, you noted that.
What's up?
You were the one that noted that. I didn't note that, but like.
Yeah. In our test game, just to kind of familiar with ourselves and kind of get into the groove, we played a test game in which I attacked twice.
I had pretty much the same opener, which was this. Right. So I had this opener, and then I had, it wasn't exactly this card, but like I had this opener.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I played double Rudius, and then I lost.
You hit me for 4. So like I took 4, and then I clocked for turn, and then I played this, and then I played standby, and then it was like.
And then it was over. Yeah. So I should have done literally anything but this. I could the idea was I wanted to generate stock, and I didn't think he could deal with the Rudiuses, but then I kind of didn't account for the fact that like if you just take the damage and then he has the Kume Riki clock himself to level 1, start standbying out things while I'm still at level 0, not prepared to deal with things.
Yeah.
That game spiraled very quickly out of control. So standby in particular is definitely a matchup in which a lot of the game is decided based on who can set up the board first, and a lot of it is very snowbally. If you can hold your board and like keep all of your pieces together while you can get rid of your opponent's pieces, maybe even one by one, then standby is the sum of all of its parts, especially for a deck like Mushoku Tensei, which relies on maybe like multiple Gilings and stuff. And then if you start losing pieces one by one, the rest of your board gets weaker and weaker, and that becomes a lot easier to dismantle.
Yeah. It's definitely very nuanced compared to just like Slam 1K1, because you have just the nature of standby. The games are going to be longer, just because of like the damage output, and then the way damage economy works, and the way people like prioritize level 0 game. It's just going to be a longer game because that's just how it is. So you have to get into the mindset of like which decision gets me the farthest over the long game, not just thinking about the immediate impact.
Right. Because you don't win standby games necessarily by being able to push a lot of damage and attacking a bunch of times like 1K1 decks do, because you don't necessarily just have the soul output, and that's not really how standby decks work. If you go too fast, you could get quite punished if your opponent gets to set up the board first. And again, everything is just super snowbally. Same thing with the Data Life deck when both of our 2/2s get 1000 power per every one of our other characters. So then like if you start losing characters, your 2/2s won't be as strong anymore, and then they'll start dying too.
Yeah, I definitely think that there are a lot of really prominent themes in specifically like Ace Standby Mirrors that you just don't see in other decks. Like siding in places that like it otherwise would look like ridiculous.
Siding to not do damage is one of the strongest things about standby decks in terms of like, because there's very specific breakpoints in which your opponent gets gigantic burst in power, especially level 0, level 2.
But I think also the value of like siding, like if I have like 2/2 into 2/2, but like if I front here, they counter, I lose board, and that leads to losing more board. But if I side, I exchange 0 damage for forcing the issue back on them. Where like, let's say I have a counter, it's like now they have the dilemma. Right. If they front here, I counter, and then they start snowball losing.
Exactly. A lot of decks, these two are no exception. But like for example, the Data Life deck has way more power on the defense than it has on the offense, with the combination of the level 1 Toka giving 1500 power. It's myriad of backups. And then obviously the Yoshino. If you have a full board, they have to play into both the 1/1 Yoshino and the Yoshino anti-change counter. Yeah. So losing some damage by siding can pay high dividends if it's the correct matchup. So I think that part of the game is really, really cool, really, really interesting. And it does take a good amount of time to master. Obviously, we ourselves are not too acquainted with it, but I think this is definitely something that I can grow as a player for sure, and something I'm looking to learn more about the game as it goes on. I think it's really cool that I've played Weiss since 2012, I think 2012, and this is 2022, and I'm still learning new things, learning new ways to play the game. As the game evolves, I have to evolve with it, and this is just one of the interesting aspects about Weiss that keeps me coming back. Okay. I think that's about it. We've rambled on for a bit too long, but until then, until our next video, we will be featuring yet another Ace Standby matchup. I'm sure you guys love standby, so we'll give you guys more standby. We're going to be featuring 8 standby Slime against this 8 standby Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation deck. Don't miss it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.